a big thank you to Morten Frost for guiding us through those first 3 matches of the day. He's then going to stay with me for the next 2 matches. And of course, our next match features the defending champion, Ratchanok INTANON of Thailand, up against Scotland's Kirsty GILMOUR. After that, we have the Asian Games silver medalist, Chow Tien Chen, and plenty of great action still to come in today's matches. So here is last year's champion. Ratchanok INTANON won the final a year ago, beating the then defending champion Akane Yamaguchi in 3 thrilling games in the final. Making her 6th appearance here at this particular event. It was really quite emotional last year when she won the title, because it had been some considerable time in her own mind since her last big victory. Of course, she's the former world champion. Won that title in 2013. Her opponents just making her way onto court, Scotland's Kirsty GILMOUR. Very dynamic, athletic player, GILMOUR. And she's making her 5th appearance here at the Denmark Open, and surprisingly, in her 5th appearance is for a 3rd time having to play against the number 4 seed. I wonder what the chances of that are. Not very high, anyway. So this will be the 5th meeting between these 2 players. And of the previous 4, Ratchanok INTANON has won 3 of them. But the last time they met was in the 2nd round of the recent Korean Super 500 event. And Kirsty GILMOUR won on that occasion in 2 straight games. Turned 25 last month, did Kirsty GILMOUR. Her opponent, Ratchanok INTANON, is 2 years younger. But my goodness, what experience and what results she's had in her young career so far. Former world number 1 and flag bearer at the Rio Olympic Games. What a proud moment for her to lead her country into the Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. For Kirsty GILMOUR, as I say, turned 25 last month, born in Bells Hill Hospital, but brought up in Bothwell in South Lanarkshire. She's down 1 place in the world ranking this week to number 26, but she has been as high as 14. She, after the Olympic Games last year, had to undergo knee surgery for a torn cartilage, which kept her out for the rest of that year. Our court officials for this one, umpire Huprecht from Germany, our service judge from Trinidad and Tobago. Well, Morten, I say that this is the 5th meeting between the 2 players. I've got a little bit of insider information here, because in fact, the first time that they ever played was in 2007 at the International Children's Games in Reykjavik in Iceland. Kirsty GILMOUR was 12, which means that Ratchanok was 10.
That was a beauty, I'm sure that was
It was a beauty. Match. And Kirsty GILMOUR was telling me yesterday, as we look at her coach, that it took 13 years after that first meeting before she had her first victory. Was just a couple of weeks ago in Seoul in Korea. Isn't that amazing?
That's
Isn't
really
that
nice.
Lovely. Yes,
yeah, we just saw Coach from Tan Minh.
Yeah, from Malaysia.
He's from Malaysia, yes.
Was he still working in Malaysia when you were in Malaysia?
He was working for me for 1 year, yes.
Yeah. Oh, she had a wonderful tournament last year, did Ratchanok INTANON.
Ratchanok INTANON, Thailand. Kirsty GILMOUR to serve. Lavo. Play.
So Kirsty GILMOUR of Scotland getting this first round women's singles encounter underway against the defending champion, Ratchanok INTANON. That series of wins last year in this tournament not only beat Yamaguchi in the final, in the quarter-final had beaten the number 3 seed, Sung Ji-hyung, and in the semi-final, the now world number 1, Tai Su-ying. In fact, she was world number 1 last year at this tournament.
Service over. 1-0. One.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I said that GILMOUR was an athletic player, and she's never adverse to throwing herself around the court in an effort to retrieve the shuttle, as she did on that occasion.
Yeah, but I'm more impressed with that one, actually. The last one, the lift, I know it's going out on the sideline, but I'm very impressed that she gets there and she actually lifts it as well as she does.
Yeah.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Just delightful, isn't it?
Really well played. I must say, we've seen 5 rallies so far. And I see a Ratchanok that's really playing well. I know we've just seen 5 rallies, but I sense she's playing well.
I sense there's more urgency in her style of play. I don't want to take anything away from Kirsty GILMOUR because I didn't see the match in Seoul in Korea in the second round when they played against each other. And obviously it was a fine win for GILMOUR. But it has to be said that Ratchanok, having played in the Asian Games and doing well, consistently doing well in tournaments, must have been very fatigued by the time of the Korean Open.
There are a lot of tournaments lately and a lot of players obviously taking part, and they are getting worn out now and again.
Yeah.
We've seen Carolina Marin, she lost yesterday to Mia Blichfeldt, and yet again, not to take anything away from it, it's a major upset, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, good net shot.
Service over. 2-6.
He's landed in.
Service over.
That's the sideways drift coming into play, I suspect. Brought the shuttle back into court. Oh, there's a challenge here from INTANON.
Ratchanok INTANON challenge.
It's close.
Out.
But I think the line judge is right. It is close.
Well, that is where the drift again would come into play, taking it further wide, but it caught the line.
It did.
Good challenge.
Correction. In.
Morton, Kirsty GILMOUR, she's been in 2 European Championship finals, 2 silver medals. She's a silver medalist at the 2014 Commonwealth Games, bronze medalist earlier this year at the Commonwealth Games. What do you think she has to do, improve on, to make that step from silver medalist to gold medalist in those sort of events?
I I feel, as you say, she's very athletic. She's moving well. She's fighting hard. She's got such a big heart for the game.
Yeah.
You know, you have to admire her for that. But I think her game is a little bit too predictable. So when you play against players, you start settling down, you get into the rhythm, you know what's coming back, and you start counter-attacking those situations. And I need to see a little bit more surprises from Kirsty when she's playing. She will play many shots, the same shots from the same position and so on. And I would like to see that suddenly it's coming completely different place.
Yeah.
10-2.
That's a lovely shot. Oh, so too is that.
That is really well played.
My goodness me, I think your understanding within the first 5 rallies was spot on. Ratchanok INTANON, I think we can safely say, is playing well.
She's playing really well.
ตีไปเลยชักแม่งใช่ป่ะถ้าคิดว่าลูกบางลูกมันไม่ถนัดใช่ป่ะเราก็ต้องเล่นถ้าเมย์จะไม่เล่นคือแบบเล่นลูกสบายไม่ได้เพราะหนักต้องพยายามเล่นพยายามเคลื่อนที่ไปหาลูกถูกป่ะเข้าหน้าหยอดปุ่มทีเนี้ยเวลาแบ็คแฮนด์เขาชอบผลักเฉียงเวลาเมย์ตีเฉียงเมย์ดักเลยเมย์ลูกลงเขาจะผลักเฉียงทะแยงเยอะเมย์ดักลูกลงผลักเขาทะแยงลูกลงพวกเขาผลักทะแยงให้เมย์หงายถ้าเมย์ดักได้เมย์คุมได้เมย์ได้เปรียบนะ
Court 1, 20 seconds.
Upon Ratchanok, online coach for Ratchanok INTANON.
11-2. Play.
Okay, Morten, so you've told us what Kirsty GILMOUR needs to do in the development of her game going forward in the next few years. Tell us what she needs to do in this match to stop this onslaught at the moment.
At the moment, there's no doubt that Ratchanok is the fast of the 2 players. She's playing very sharp shots, as what we see here.
Unsighted.
And she's moving very fast on the court. So if I was Kirsty, I would keep it a long line, long line, in order for at least when Ratchanok have to go cross court, she's got more time.
Yeah.
You're buying time by playing long line, which then means that if
what do
the
you
opponent...
mean long line? To the back of the court?
You play straight shots
okay.
along the line the whole time. So if it's, you just keep it down the line, and let the opponent go cross court, because that's the way of buying more time.
Right.
Another way is obviously to, get in at the net and play the net as much as possible. But Ratchanok has played really nicely at the net, so it's a bit of a tricky area to play.
Yeah. Now, just to explain what happened on that previous rally, the line judge was unsighted, so the umpire called for Hawkeye to make the decision. So no players lose any challenges.
14-3.
But there's no doubt that Ratchanok INTANON, she means business.
Yeah.
You can see the way she's walking on court. This is seldom you see her so focused as what she is today.
Yeah. That's a perfect smash from GILMOUR. And I suppose part of that, Morten, is the fact that she's defending champion. I mean, you were defending champion here for many years. If you hold a title, it's very precious to you. It's not saying that you don't try in other tournaments, but you try extra hard because you don't want to let go of that status and that trophy.
You don't want them to take it away from you.
Exactly.
And I think it was a very fine example at the World Championship in the men's singles when Victor Axelsen had to defend it. You could see it was really playing on his mind when he was playing.
Yeah.
And I think in that instance, it took him down more than it helped him.
Longest rally so far.
Kirsty, change shuttle. Change.
But that's another way as well, is, you know, play more loopy clears and loopy lifts and so on. Buy time, buy time. That's what Kirsty have to do all the time. At the moment, as soon as she's playing a fast shot, an even faster shot is coming back. So she's got to buy time.
That's going wide.
6-14.
Well judged. Oh, challenge here from Ratchanok.
Ratchanok INTANON challenge. Call out.
Well, the line judge had a long time to look at it because it was coming down from a great height, so I'd be surprised if the line judge got this wrong. Here we go. Oh, line judge did get it wrong. Good challenge again. 2 challenges and 2 correct challenges from Ratchanok.
Service over.
Having a great smile on her face in that one. I got it right.
Play. Six.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very, very nice. There was quite a swing of the racket there from Ratchanok, and then it just chopped under the shuttle to play it back to the net. That's magnificent.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a lift, and Kirsty was reacting to that.
Well, a year ago when Ratchanok INTANON won the title here, he became only the 2nd player from Thailand ever to win a title at the Denmark Open, and the first player was the year before.
Men's singles.
Tanon Sak Sensung Bunsak.
Sensung Bunsak. Yeah. That was a surprise. That men's singles was a big, big surprise at the time.
It certainly was. And what's interesting, he's not even ranked high enough to qualify for the tournament this year.
Yeah.
8-70.
I don't know if Sensung Bunsak is going independent player like the men's doubles pair as well.
I think he was
Jongjit and Isara.
Yeah, I think he was independent when he won the Denmark Open.
Yeah.
18-8.
Well, it signs to me that Kirsty GILMOUR, although I think this opening game is way beyond her, I think there's signs that she's beginning to sort of relax into the match a little bit more.
I couldn't agree with you more. She's settling in much better. Rallies are getting longer. She's more comfortable on court. She's soaking up the pressure much better as well. But the gap is just enormous.
Yeah.
Service over. 9-19.
First of the match, I think. Indeed it is.
Service over.
That's good aggression. Good way to bring up game
20.
point opportunities.
Game point. 9.
No, well long.
Service over. 10-20.
Opening game to the defending champion, Ratchanok INTANON.
First game won by
21-10
21-10.
in 15 minutes of play.
จริงๆจังหวะตีมทีเมย์เร่งอะเขาเอาลูกลงมาหายใจเข้าแล้วตีผ่อนจังหวะหายใจหน่อยเมย์ไปกั้นแล้วแบบเร่งอ่ะแล้วมือเมย์เสียเองเนี่ยเข้าลูกหลังเหมือนกันลูกหลังอ่ะเมย์แบบเมย์จะเอาเลยเมย์ถอยมาอีกทีไงเนี่ยโฟกัสดีๆหน่อยเนี้ยหลังๆอ่ะพอเขาเริ่มแบบว่าเขาเริ่มจะแบบประกบเอาลงเมย์ไปขึ้นง่ายอะใช่ป่ะแรกๆเมย์ไม่ขึ้นเมย์เร็วกว่าเมย์เข้าไปแทงเข้าไปหยอดหลังๆเมย์ไปรอเร่งรอดึงง่ายๆก่อน
First, you just make up your own match up. Then only you can see the feelings of it. Okay? Start from yeah, come on.
So the advice there from One Tuckning. Didn't really hear enough of that, Morten.
I know exactly what he wanted to say.
Go on then.
He wants Kirsty to, stick with it, try to take the top of the pace of Ratchanok. So if she can prolong the rallies and, really stick with the game and so on, then the top pace of Ratchanok will fall, and then she's got a chance to play with her. So he wants longer rallies, really tough rallies.
Interesting.
He wants to go physical.
Second game, level, play. Service over. 1 love.
Okay, Morten, my quiz question for the day.
You got so many.
Who was the last player from Scotland to contest the final here at the Denmark Open?
Service over.
And it was a year that you won the men's singles. There's a big clue.
But this, it must be Dan Travers and Billy Gilliland.
No, you sort of got it right. I'll give you a half point.
Then there's Christine Heath.
No, it was Billy Gilliland.
It was?
In the mixed doubles with Imelda.
Service over.
Oh, with Imelda.
And they gave a walkover in the final to Martin Dew and Gillian Gilks.
Oh, I can't remember that. It could have been Christine as well in the mixed doubles. Billy and Christine. But it wasn't.
No. Oh, those came miles out.
No, but I actually think she made a good choice. I think that would have stayed in. We've seen a lot this
Service
morning
over.
where they leave it on that line and then it looks like it's a mile out and then it's coming in. But I think it's interesting because, let's say, 2-3 years ago, the playing conditions in this hall were close to perfect. And due to the fact that it got so hot when it's filling up with spectators, they have used the air conditioning system. And due to that, we have a lot more drift in the hall now.
Yeah. Last year, on the early days, the drift was absolutely appalling.
It never used to be like this.
Service over.
Interesting there, we didn't actually see it, but Kirsty Gilmour after the rally, turned to her coach and gave a little nod. Yep, that's what you were telling me.
Service over. 4-3.
Wasn't really behind the shuttle there.
5-3.
Oh, she's asking for the court to be mopped. Kirsty Gilmour, there you can see off balance. So time for my fun fact of the day about Kirsty Gilmour.
I thought you already had it.
No, she was silver medalist at a World Championship in the sport of stone skimming in 2016.
And what is that stone what?
Skimming. So, you know, when you're down at the beach and you pick up a stone, silver medalist at the World Championships 2016.
How many? Do you know how many she got? You know?
No, I don't know.
Because I'm doing it every time I go to my summer house. Standing at the beach and trying my best.
I think we ought to set up a competition.
4-5.
Yeah, I don't know where you get it from.
Service over. 6-4.
That's a nice block.
It's going wide. It's going wide.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but I fear it will be a wasted challenge.
Kirsty
I'm with you,
Gilmour,
Morten.
challenge.
I thought the drift took that just wide. Yep. I'm convinced of it, seeing that again. Yeah.
Maybe overdoing it a bit.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that far out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 7-4. Play.
Wide. Yeah, well left. Morten, just going back to the point you were making in the opening game, I've been watching. We know how deceptive that Ratchanok is with all her shots, not just her overhead shots, but she has delightful racket skills that cause so much deception. When you were talking about Gilmour and her need to play more variation, you're not talking about deception, you're talking about choice of shot, is that right?
Choice of shot, because variation would be very, very difficult for Kirsty Gilmour to learn at this stage in her career. You know, you got the technique, you've got, she can spend 99% of her time on trying to play a trick shot, but she can maybe perhaps never get it right.
Yeah.
But it's the choice of shots that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
In tennis, they call it shot selection.
Yeah. This is a good fight back, isn't it?
So far, so good.
Yeah. just inside the back line.
8-7. Line judge.
A couple of semi-finals this year for this lady. Commonwealth Games and the Spain Masters, a Super 300 event, where incidentally in the quarter-final she'd beaten Takahashi.
Yeah, Sayaka Takahashi, which is a very fine win.
Yeah.
Takahashi is a good player.
That's a good lift as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she's got wheel spin. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I hope she's all right. Oh, I didn't like that, actually.
7.
Here we go. Spectacular dive. Oh.
She's okay.
Yeah.
I think she just got a bit scared. But it's, I couldn't stop laughing when you said wheel spin. You know, it was not appropriate of me to laugh at the time, but it was just your choice of words.
Yeah. Sorry, I apologise about that.
Thank you.
But this is one of the things I'm really concerned about. You know, when I watch modern badminton, they throw themselves a lot on the court, and chances for this to happen is so great, and chances for getting injuries are so great when they do this, and still they do it all the time, even when they don't need to do it.
Yeah. Well, she did need to do it there.
She did, but
Yeah.
but you know, there's so many times we see they dive on court where they actually do not need to do it.
Fold, fold. Sorry, I said fold. To hit the net. Yeah.
Well, there was definitely...
She touched the net.
Yes, yep, no question. Could see the net wobble. Yeah.
But somehow the umpire was not loud enough to
Yeah.
when he was saying fault.
But it was a correct call, no doubt about it.
Service over. 8-10.
Gosh, she did well to get that back. Ratchanok. It was a vicious deflection
11-8.
after hitting the net cord from Kirsty Gilmour.
เขายังไม่ตีมาเลยอ่ะเมย์วิ่งไปก่อนแล้วอ่ะยิ่งไงรู้ป่ะเวลาเมย์วางลงเมย์เวลาพี่ซ้อมให้อ่ะตบเข้าตัวเมย์วางเมย์รอเขาตีดิวางรอวางรอวางรอไปทีนี้พอเมย์วางปุ๊บตอนที่พอเมย์เสร็จเมย์ตีเสร็จเมย์จะขยับไปข้างหน้าก้าวหนึ่งเมย์ตีเสร็จเมย์แยกขาปุ๊บแล้วไปต่อสะดุ้งก็ไปต่อเมย์ได้โผล่ได้บางลูกเมย์ได้เปรียบแล้วอ่ะแต่ด้วยความที่เมย์ก้มอ่ะเมย์จะรับอ่ะเมย์แทงแหลมแต่ทีนี้เมย์จะรับไงแทงแหลมเมย์ได้เปรียบทุกว่าเมย์ต้องค้ำแต่เมย์ไม่ค้ำไงพอแทงแหลมปุ๊บเมย์ย่อมายกไม่แทงแหลมเมย์ก้มไม่ได้
Clock 1. 20 seconds. Play.
Well, the scores are close enough that Kirsty Gilmour still should have the belief that she can come back and win this. Oh, she had another upset. I know you were talking earlier about upsets in this tournament so far. Women's doubles world champions lost earlier today. Chi lost yesterday. All England champions in the men's singles.
Yep, lots of players have lost. Carolina Marin has lost. Sindhu has lost.
Yeah.
And I think that's another motivational factor for for Ratchanok. I know we said, you know, she wants to retain her title here, but I also think another motivational factor is the fact that Sindhu has lost and Carolina Marin has lost. So, you know, she can maybe see the way a little bit easier, despite the fact there's so many good players here anyway. But, you know, two of the main contenders definitely out.
Yeah. Another good rally. Should be said, though, that these two players are in the top half of the draw, whereas Sindhu and Marin were both in the bottom half of the draw.
Yeah, that's nice. Really, really nice. Getting up early at net there, Kirsty Gilmour. Having the option maybe to push it across to the deep forehand corner, but chose to go that delicate cross-court drop shot instead. And she can only play a shot because she gets in there so early. And that's the whole key to it.
Well left.
11-13.
Oh, that was going out.
It was. That was definitely going out.
That's going long, surely.
And that's going out.
Yeah, in fact, the whole body language of Gilmour afterwards, where she moved both arms, shows, yes, think about the drift. The drift's taking the shuttle out that side of the court.
I can still understand Gilmour wants to play towards the forehand side of Ratchanok, but I cannot understand that Ratchanok is trying not to push more shots into the deep forehand corner of Gilmour, because she will get some help from the drift as well.
Yeah.
And not a lot of winners are coming from that side of Gilmour's game.
15-11. Service over.
Well, one sort of senses that it's got to be now or never as far as Gilmour is concerned. She needs to close down this gap. I know there's only 3 points, but I think psychologically...
It's a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
But I just think that Ratchanok has got too many things to offer today. She's in good form. She looks strong, she looks quick. Her shots are working really nicely. I must say, I find it difficult to see that she should not win this match.
Yeah. It's one service error apiece.
Wow. Service over. 13-17. Service over. 18-13.
It was an ambitious shot to try, wasn't it, when you're at full stretch on that forehand defence, trying to block cross-court.
Yeah.
I mean, if she'd made it, it would have been an outright winner, I suspect, but...
Yeah, it is very ambitious.
Yeah. And has proved a little too ambitious. She's recovered well, though, from the knee surgery in 2016 after the Olympics.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of surgery. There are lots of surgeries for knees, so
Yeah.
if it's just a meniscus, then, you know, she can come back quite quickly and okay. But if it's a bigger operation than that, then I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Well, last year, she won her first tournament back, which was the Austrian International Challenger. And won her last tournament of the year as well. So started the year well, ended the year well, Gilmour. That's a super shot.
14-18.
Last tournament of the year, of course, was the Scottish Grand Prix. Now, is that the sort of shot you were talking about earlier, or is...
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was a good shot. Of course, it was perfect executed and all that. It was really well.
Service over.
But yes, it of course is that kind of shots. But from that position, you know, you have this very natural going cross court. That's what she did, and she did it to perfection. But imagine if she could do a reverse down the line as well. From
Yeah.
the same one. Then suddenly you've got two options, and this is what I'm kind of looking at.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well, that's a second service error for Ratchanok.
19.
Net play really have let Ratchanok down in this second game. I feel she's made a lot of mistakes when she's trying to play it back at the net. Just top of the tape, but onto her own side the whole time. And she's lost a lot of points on that.
It's going wide. And all of a sudden, there's just 2 points in it.
19.
Now the psychology starts to come in. Does Ratchanok start to get a little bit nervous, saying to herself, come on, you can't lose this. You were so far in front and looked so much in command, certainly in the opening game. Oh, that could be a costly error. Once again, never got behind the shot,
20.
Gilmour.
Match point. 17.
And that error means that the defending champion has 3 match point opportunities. Oh, challenge. Well, it was called in.
Challenge.
No other
Ball
option.
in.
You have to call the challenge. Chances are that it's really, really close.
Yeah, I thought it was close too. It's always a bit of a shame, though, if somebody wins the match on a challenge, because the moment of elation
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, I agree.
But it might not be match over. That's the whole point.
That's-
Here we go.
It's in.
Hawkeye says it was in, and it is indeed match over. 21-10, 21-17.
Unsuccessful.
38 minutes for the victory. The traditional way that Ratchanok thanks the fans for their support.
Match won by
And
Ratchanok
last year's
INTANON,
champion
21-10,
safely through to the second round,
21-17.
where she will play the Chayenyen or Linda Zecheri of Bulgaria. So this is the final points. Oh, she did look very determined from the very first rally of the match, Ratchanok. There's no question she meant business today. 21-10, 21-17 in 38 minutes.